Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we'll review what happened in January and what my plans for February are, and there's a lot to talk about. I brought some notes here on old school paper because my designed in California iPhone will probably only last a minute in these minus 18 degrees of beautiful Russian winter. So let's get started. So first let's talk about Patreon. I'm earning as of now $466 per month coming from my patrons on Patreon, and I even already got my first payment to my bank account, so I got actual money from real people somewhere on the world for doing something which I love, which just makes me incredibly happy. Obviously 466 is not enough to survive yet, but it shows definitely that it's feasible that if some more people become patrons, it will be possible for me to do City1 full time and to survive on it. So let me just say at this point, thank you to all the existing Patreons. Whether you give a little or a lot, it not only supports me, but it shows that you trust me, which I really deeply appreciate. So what about the roads and traffic prototype? Even though all you can do is build roads, people already created some pretty nice things with it, and I really appreciated seeing all of your feedback about it. I highly encourage you, for example, to check out BSO Leader's just slightly tipsy and definitely hilarious review of the first prototype, which actually captures really well how experimental the first prototype was, and it contains some implicit bug reports which were really helpful to me. In general, people were very diligent in reporting bugs, often including screenshots or even videos or GIFs. I don't know since when everyone can suddenly do screen captures, but this allowed me in the releases 0.11 and 0.12 to actually address some of the most annoying bugs. So if you tried out the first release and you had some problems there, check out in the description, there's the link to the newest releases. Maybe some of it has already been fixed. Next, going open source with Citybond was a pretty scary decision, but it blew my mind how much it already paid off just in January. There were contributions both on very concrete things like better camera controls by King of Lolz and Herbstein, which actually landed in the latest release, some background architectural things like switching to the newest Rust version or cleaning up the rendering code by King of Lolz and Martin Argilia, and most interestingly, things that are important for long-term strategic goals like modding, where after some very fruitful and active discussion in our new developer chat, Martin Argilia started to work on the architecture for mods, how they will work, and even started programming for that. Really looking forward to where this is going. And all of these contributions prove that not only did people really understand my code, which I didn't expect at all at this early stage, but they are already able to provide really helpful contributions in the form of code and in the form of very technical and detailed discussion. What I also want to tell you is that I decided to work in phases. What this roughly means is that what I want to do is always alternate between 1 month working on new features and 1 month working on cleanup, fixing bugs, improving architecture, and investing in the future of the code and the whole thing in general, while in both of these phases continually releasing new versions of the game. I decided now, for example, to use January as the first cleanup phase, and I managed to achieve quite a lot already. I heavily cleaned up the simulation core, making everything more robust, more understandable, and even faster, and this performance difference you can feel in the game. I cleaned up my horribly messy code for planning roads, which not only fixed some bugs in the process, but will make it easier to fix bugs in there in the future and to add new features. I extensively documented the kind of building block code of Citybond, which should hopefully make it easier and easier for new contributors to add more and more meaningful contributions. And finally, I set up automatic release building, which makes it very quick and simple for me to create a new release for all 3 platforms, Windows, Mac and Linux, of the newest version of the game, which should allow us collectively as a big group of testers on all of these platforms to iterate quickly in the development process, and for you to always get the newest releases very quickly. So what this also means is that February will be the first feature phase month. And what I want to work on February is a rudimentary version of economy and agents other than cars, and I dubbed this the homes and businesses prototype. So far this is nothing more than a milestone though, because of course I have my own ideas about the topic and know how I want to implement certain things, but what I really want to do is to do the initial and detailed task planning together with you. Which is why there will be a planning live stream one of the next days, where we together will choose the exact tasks which will be part of this milestone. I want to try to do this live stream using YouTube live streaming, because even though the stream to chat delay is a little higher there, it has some other advantages which I would really like to benefit from. Namely that all the existing YouTube subscribers get notified, there's quality control settings and even stream pausing for everyone. When the live stream is over, it automatically ends up as a video on my channel, so I think it's really worth to give that a try. I will announce the live stream pretty much everywhere, so I'm sure you can't miss it. I'm really looking forward to the next month, to this live stream and to implementing new features with you. And for the end, let me just say one more thing, that if you like what you're seeing and you think that Citybound has potential, why don't you become a patron as well, and with a small or a big monthly contribution ensure that I can work on Citybound full time and survive from that. So check out the link to Patreon in the description, and you can become not only a patron, get special benefits depending on the height of your contribution, but you can become a part of making Citybound a reality together. So as always, see you all soon, and wherever you found this video, let me know what you think. Bye bye.